think we're back up, but I don't know how many people have been able to rejoin us at this stage, but you rejoin us as we're in the second extra inning. We're in the top of the ninth now. 5 runs apiece still, and for Perth, it's Pete Cosma. He's been the lead-off batter here, facing Madison Youngner, and he has a 1-1 count against him.
One and one. Youngner, he came out and pitched the 8th. He's back in the 9th. He comes set, delivers. And there's that poking pitch he's got working. Count is 1 and 2 to Cosma. Cosma takes the pitch outside, 2 and 2. Youngana fires outside. Robbie Perkins does a good job to bat down a ball that was in the dirt. Count is full. Three and 2 to Pete Cosma. Madison Youngana. He comes at the stretch. Comes set. Outside, ball 4. Cosma draws the lead-off walk.
That's a walk to Pete Cosma. Shortstop number 12, Tristan Gray.
The left-handed shortstop, Tristan Gray, he steps in. He steps in. None out. 1 on for the Perth Heat. Youngana comes set at the stretch. High, very high, ball 1. One and 0. Youngana high again. If you can hear us, we apologise for all the difficulties. We're running into our 3rd mobile phone network now. 2 and 0. Youngana with the breaking pitch in there. Called strike 1.
I believe it was a fairly massive internet failure as well, even possibly game day going down at the park for a while. So, repeating, you're with us at 5 apiece in the top of the 9th for a second extra inning here now.
And that one misses inside and low to Tristan Gray, the left-hander. 3 and 1, 3 balls, 1 strike. Still 5 all, as Chris just said. Pete Cosma, he is the runner at first base for Perth. As Gray is ready. Youngana set. Blows one right by him. For strike 2. Count is full.
Some defensive realignment as well. Logan Kingham came in as a pinch runner for Bosmo and Aroa. He's now taken over at second for Craig Massey. Massey's moved across to first.
And there we go. Youngana blows another one by Tristan Gray. Strikes him out. 1 out here. Robbie Glendinning steps in. He's 0 for 2, but he has 2 walks.
Fly ball to right field. Candless comes across. Takes it right on the stripe. On the edge of fair territory. Or the edge of foul territory, if you like. Glendinning on one pitch. Flies out to 9. And that means it is the centre fielder, Carl Chester. Well, here's a man who, if ever the phrase he's due was to apply in a game like this, it's him. He came in with an average of 255 at the start of the game, and he's gone 0 for 4 so far tonight.
And unfortunately, he is looking at he's got 3 strikeouts in that 0 for 4, Chris. The Golden Sombrero. 4 strikeouts in a game. Young gonna set. Outside, ball 1. Five all. Top of 9. Cosma the runner at first. The potential go-ahead run for the Heat. Young gonna set. Checks him. Right in there for a called strike 1. We don't know. We're just shrugging it, but if you can hear us, thanks for sticking with us.
Well, there's people listening. There's people commenting.
High and inside, ball 2.
And thank you for your patience this evening.
Two and 1 the count on Carl Chester, the centre fielder. Young gonna gets his sign, comes set at the stretch. Checks Cosma. Cosma goes. That is a cold strike. Robbie Perkins has thrown that somewhere not at the second baseman. Kingham coming around from second. He took as the backup for the throw. He was the one that ended up with it.
It's good baseball from Kingham.
But just so that was a called strike on Chester. So it is now 2 and 2, 2 out. Runner at second. Two and two. Youngana with the breaking pitch. And that has just missed. Count is full. Three balls, 2 strikes. 2 out here, top of the 9th. Pete Cosma, he's the runner at second for Perth. Youngana low and in the dirt, ball 4.
That's a walk to Carl Chester.
Alex Hall. He is 1 for 4. But he seems to do well when there's runners on base.
Yep. Keith Ward comes out for a conversation with Youngana now. At this stage, he's being told this is your moment. You're the man we've given the ball to in this situation. Can't see anyone else up and moving.
No. So Alex Hall, he had a double, 2 out double down the left field line in the first, scored 2.
I can tell you who I did see just throwing his left arm up and down a couple of times.
Kyle Kimmin?
No.
Oh no. Who?
Stephen Kent is down there in the bullpen.
Oh.
He wasn't throwing a ball, he just was moving his arm up and down. I'm not saying anything other than I
Oh,
saw that their
ball
ball goes away. Oh, geez, that's tough.
Wild pitch. So now let's just stop and reset. Top of the 9th, 2 out. The count is 1 ball to Alex Hall. On the pitch in the dirt that got away, Pete Cosma has moved to 3rd. Carl Chester to 2nd. They are the runners for the Perth Heat. High tension stuff here at MIT Ballpark. So just so you know, if If we get through this inning with no scores, or scores are still level, we will go to tiebreaker rules. Youngana delivers. That's high. That's ball 2.
Robbie Perkins goes out for another conversation. The runner at second, he's entitled to do that to make sure that the signals are clear. Two balls, no strikes, 2 outs, and the runners are at second and third. What does Alex Hall have? One of the rising stars of Australian baseball.
He's done pretty well today. Set at the belt. Slices one foul. Count moves to 2-1. There doesn't appear to be any action in the Canberra pen, Chris. Just they're all leaning on the fence, as anxious as everyone else is. 2-1. Right, straight past the bat. 2-2. Youngana. He's working hard. Perth. 2 on, 2 out. Count is 2-2. Cosma at third. Chester at second. Youngana comes set. Fires. Oh, just misses inside. Count is full. And the score currently is 5-all.
If you'd been with us 2 minutes ago, you would have heard it about 10 times.
You would have. 5-all. Top of the 9th in a 7-inning game. 3-2. Youngana comes set. And the breaking pitch misses and he walks Hall. The bases are loaded. And in comes Jake
Bowie.
Jake Bowie. First baseman, he is
0 for 3.
has a walk
With a
though.
walk way back in the
He was the
first
last.
inning. That was the walk that got
That was the-
Chiniyoshi hooked.
Yes, it was. 5-all. Perth with the bases loaded and 2 out.
Boys' own annual stuff, this, isn't it?
Oh. Youngana set. He fires it in there. Fouled back. Strike 1. This is pretty much now, don't throw the breaking pitch, just let's blow 3 by him.
Whatever you've got that's working.
Whatever you've got left in the tank, mate, we need it now.
And there is definitely someone stretching in that Cavalry bullpen now. I don't think there's throwing, but there's definitely stretching.
Just in case. In case we go to a 10th inning. Youngana set. Bases loaded, 2 out. Throws the high breaking pitch that misses, ball 1. One and 1. Youngana set. He delivers. There's a breaking pitch in there for strike 2. 1 and 2. On Jake Bowie. 1 and 2, 2 out. Top of the 9th. We are already in extra innings considering this was a 7-inning game. One and 2. Bases loaded. Youngana fires. Strike 3. Retires Bowie, who throws his bat in the ground and his helmet. He's not happy at himself. Youngana gets himself out of the jam. The bases loaded jam. And we will head to the bottom of the 9th. Still tied at 5. Canberra, Craig Massey, Zach Wilson, and Michael Krause. They are the 3 that we see up first for the Cavalry, Chris.
Handy. Handy. What else can I say? Not much.
Cookter is in. He threw the 9th. He threw the 8th. He came in at the end of the 8th for Mitchison.
Massey, as we've said before, shouldn't be going out there to hit for power. He should just be putting it into an open space and then relying on his leg speed.
Well, that's pretty much what he does.
He's got plenty of it. And Wilson, he's past due. He's 1 for 4 tonight. Massey's 1 for 3. And Kraus 1 for 4 as well. Hardly a person has left this ballpark. I've seen maybe a dozen cars, I reckon, leave the grounds. The main grandstand almost full. There's about a dozen empty seats there. Bleachers down the first base side, all the way down the first base side. Chock-a-block to capacity. People standing 2 or 3 deep along the fence right up to the Perth Heat bullpen. The saloon area still full.
And here we go. Craig Massey steps in. There we go. Bottom of the 9th. So if Canberra can't score a run in this one, we do go to tiebreaker rules in the 10th. Cookter delivers. Massey swings at the high heat. Strike one. Cookter is back in this game after pitching in the brief finishing of game 1 this afternoon. So he's already pitched today. And he throws the breaking ball high and outside. Count is 1-1. Craig Massey. Cookter. Massey along the ground. That will be a base hit into centre field. Once again, the Cavalry have the leadoff man aboard.
Massey to be followed by Wilson.
Well, Wilson is now in. As we passed 3 hours and 20 minutes into this 7-inning game in the bottom of the 9th. 5-all. Massey the runner at first. Wilson the man in the box. Cookter delivers. Wilson has hit this. It is going to go straight to the centre fielder Chester. He takes it. Massey retreats. 1 away. Kraus then Kingham. Anyway, Michael Kraus, he's the man that steps in. He's 1 for 4. He hit one right off the end of the bat when he's last at bat in the 7th. He was the 3rd out. Cookter delivers. Kraus doesn't even offer anything. Misses to the inside, ball 1. One on, 1 out. Massey the man at first. He's got a good lead. Low and outside, ball 2. Cookter set. Inside, ball 3. 3-0 the count to Kraus. Cookter delivers. Kraus goes and misses. Strike 1. Chris Coleman, he's on fire. Count is 3-1. In the dirt, ball 4. There's a walk.
I don't think the Perth Heat will mind that at all. Brings the force into play, brings the double play into massive prospect.
1 out. Logan Kingham, he's the man. Logan Kingham. He steps in.
What a story this will be. He's a Canberra product. Went over, played a bit of college ball Asked a number of times if he wanted to play in the ABL. Elected not to take it up this year. He's taken up the contract.
That's in the dirt. Both runners are going to advance. It gets away from House. Nothing he could do about it. So that puts Massey, the winning run, 90 feet away. Now what do you do here if you're Keith Ward? Where's he going? He's just having a quick chat to Logan Kingham. So let's reset.
So just get ready. There might be someone coming in at your ankles in a few minutes.
All right. So let's reset. The count is 1 ball to Kingham. Massey, the winning run, is at third. Krause at second. I would not be surprised if you see the bunt drop down here. Kingham fouls it back.
And just bear in mind, there's only one out here.
It's a deep enough fly ball you can tag and go. Because Keith Ward has now twice, in the space of about 30 seconds, he's saying something to Craig Massey at third. Count is 1 and 1, 1 out. Massey at third, Krause at second. Kutcher delivers, Kingham on the inside, ball 2. And you can hear the tension. And you can cut it with a knife. So many things on the line here. This is what baseball's about. Cookter delivers. Kingham foul into the Canberra Cavalry dugout.
He's just made sure his teammates are watching.
2 and 2. 2 and 2. Oh. Here we go. 2 and 2. 1 out. Massey at the winning run at third. Cookter set at the belt. Delivers. Kingham swings through.
Got a little piece on it. Just dropped it down into the ground in front of the catcher.
I was going to say, I couldn't see from my angle. Thank you, Chris. Still 2 and 2. Umpire Ben Nash was late with the foul call. I was waiting to see if he held up the hands or he gave the foul tip signal. 2 and 2, 1 out. Cookter, high, inside. Count is full. 3 and 2, 1 out. Runners at second and third for the Cavalry. Craig Massey is the man at third. 90 feet away. And that is high, ball 4. Kingham walks and loaded bags. Massey
no
looking.
Pressure on anybody here. Massey had a look, didn't he?
He had a look. He was testing Kutcher out because the Glendinning was nowhere near him. Kyle Perkins, 2 for 3. Double home run strikeout, but the sacrifice bunt. Does he do a bunt here? That'd be interesting. Outfield is in shallow. Perkins swings at the breaking pitch and misses, strike 1. Five all. Bottom of the 9th. Loaded bases. Same as what Perth had. Perkins swings through and misses again. Strike 2. Oh and 2, the count on Kyle Perkins. Cook just set at the belt. Outside and low in the dirt. Well blocked by House. Kept it in front of himself. Ball 1. One out. 1 and 2, the count on Kyle Perkins. Here comes Cookter with the pitch. Outside and in the dirt. Strike 3, and even though it was in the dirt, because the bases are loaded, automatically out. Cam Warner comes in. He's 1 for 1 with 3 walks.
A walk-off walk, perhaps?
I don't.
We haven't seen one of those in a very long time.
I think there was one a couple of weeks ago in Sydney, a walk-off walk.
Yeah, we haven't seen it here.
No, that's okay. 5 all. Bottom of the 9th. Loaded bases. Cam Warner swings at the breaking pitch and misses ball 1. A strike 1. Five all here at MIT Ballpark. Cook to set. High. The throw. Over to first. And a diving Logan Kingham gets back. House suspected Kingham had gone a step too far. Turned and fired.
Kingham came in. When the tag was made, his hand was on the bag. As the ball came up, his hand bounced up. If he brought the bag back down there, Bowie.
Here's the pitch. Low and outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to count on Cam Warner. Yes, no, he hit the bag and then the tag came and his hand was on the bag, but then Kingham's hand came off. If Bowie had been able to get the glove back down,
yep,
he was out. Loaded bases. Craig Massey, he's the one we care about. He's the potential winning run. That third, Warner swings through that one. Strike 2. 2 and 2. 2 out. Loaded bases. Well, we thought we were going to get a short 7-inning game. We're in the bottom of the 9th. Cook to set. He's not even checking the runners. Warner fouls it back to the screen as you hear the collective groan of the crowd and my co-commentator.
Well, think about this. You grow up in Canberra. When you're a kid, there's no team. There's no ABL. There's no team from Canberra. Canberra's a long shot to get a team in the league. That's the situation that Cam Warner faced. Went away, played some college. Now he's back playing for a team in his own town, a chance to win it.
And he
does.
He
doesn't. Oh, it swings away. It stays in fair territory for a long way and then curls just on the inside of the foul pole.
Stay with me, big guy. Stay with me. You have literally just, the second you heard the clink of the wood, you have jumped about 20 feet in the air.
Did you see how many people on the first base bleachers who had the perfect view straight down that line? They were up.
It started in, but curled foul. 2 and 2. 2 out. Cook to set at the belt. He delivers. Warner along the ground. Foul just rolls to the wrong side of the third base. Uncalled foul. Krause had a good jump. Glendinning. Does this game have another twist? Cam Warner. This will be the 8th pitch of this at bat. He's 2 and 2. He's had 3 walks tonight. The bases are loaded. The winning run is 90 feet away. Here's the pitch. He hits that one foul.
All we need is for it to go to a full count, and then we really do have the potential for chaos all over the place.
I like this, though, from Warner. This is great 2-strike hitting. Cook is pitching well, and anything that looks close, Warner's going after, which is what you got to do. You got to protect the zone. 2 and 2. 2 out. Winning run at third. That's Craig Massey. Here's the pitch. Strike 3. Warner goes down. We now head to the 10th inning, which means we now start under tiebreaker rules. Now,
I'll pick it up from here, would you like?
I was going to say, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yep.
It is the last 2 batters.
Yes.
So
should be.
So Bowie, because he was last out, he will start at first.
Yep.
Alex Hall, who was the batter before him,
yep,
he will start at second.
That's how it should work. Of course, there could be substitutions.
Well, but yeah, that's where we are. And then, of course, House was due up, so he leads off as per program, unless there are changes, substitutions. Interesting. Young gonna back out again.
Well, there's a chance to make a name for yourself. We've seen him do quite well with runners on base, so he's going to go out there with runners on base. Around the league, by the way, we should bring you up to speed there. Sydney have blown it open against Adelaide. They put on a 5 spot so far in the top of the 8th, and they're still batting. So they lead 10-3 in the 8th. Murphy's hit his third home run of the season, by the way, for the Blue Sox tonight over there. Congratulations, Jack. Brisbane, Geelong, Korea. That one's finished up. Brisbane winning that 9-2. I don't know what you're hanging for.
Oh, they did it. The Tuatara.
The Tuatara in the final game of the regular season in Melbourne have picked up another win. They've won the series in Melbourne 3-1, winning that last game 8-4. Congratulations to Ryan Flynn, to Steve Mintz, the manager, and to all the players involved in the Auckland Tuatara across the course of what has been a very testing first season. And let me tell you, that will make some big news in New Zealand, that they've knocked over the side at the top of that division and made a big impact on the way that this postseason will shake out in the ABL.
So I'm just checking Chris Coleman. That is Alex Hall at second. That is a pinch runner at first.
So Bowie not at first. Let's just worry at the moment about Hall, runner at second. Keith Ward's come out to have a conversation with one of the umpires.
I think he's just asking, he wasn't sure about the runners and if they were who they were, and Ben Nash is just explaining to him, yes, Alex Hall, he's in the correct position.
I think it's Jess Williams, the runner at first.
Jess Williams has come into the game and has replaced Jake Bowie. So here we go. House in the box. Kennelly up in the on-deck circle. So far that's appearing as per program. Youngana. There's the bunt. Foul. I don't know about you, Chris Coleman, but after a game like this is what I don't particularly like about this tiebreaker situation.
Look, I've said it plenty of times, and I'll repeat it very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. This is, it is sadly due to small rosters and being a small money league, this is a necessary evil. We have to have some sort of way to break the deadlock in a shorter period of time. If anyone's got a better idea, I'd love to know what it is.
Well, it is 0-1 to Chris House. 2 on. Due to the tiebreaker rule, Youngana set. He turns and checks Alex Hall at second. So my understanding is that if either of the two people that are inherited on base because of the tiebreaker rule score, they go down as unearned runs against the pitcher. Correct.
They're not. They don't count as earned runs. So it doesn't mess up averages.
Youngana set. That is a balk.
That's a balk.
That is a balk. Youngana has gone to fire and is not fired. And home plate umpire Ben Nash has called a balk.
Sometimes you see a balk that you think, well, where was that? And sometimes you see a balk where it's plainly obvious. And Youngana was almost halfway into his delivery. And, yeah, it just never looked like he was doing anything else but. Anyway.
I don't know if he lost his footing as he was coming back, Chris. He was halfway through his pitching motion and he didn't release the ball. So now the runners moved to second and third. So Hall is the runner at third. Williams, he's the runner at second. Youngana outside, ball one.
1-1. Youngana's just going to have to focus on the batter here, and then focus on the next batter and the one after that.
Massey very deep at first. And that's low and in the dirt. Ball two. As House calls for the pointer. Count is 2-1. We're into the 10th inning here. Youngana from the stretch. He gets ready, comes set. He delivers. And there's that breaking pitch that's in there for strike 2. It's so deceptive, Chris. It starts very high, and then it is a 12-6 curveball and just drops right in over the plate.
It is really hard to pick. I think the other thing about it is that it's very hard for Youngana to throw consistently.
He's a tall man. 2-2. Comes set. Fast ball low and outside. Count is full. Crowd starting to get a little bit restless here at MIT Ballpark. Full count, Youngana delivers, and that is high and outside, ball 4. Bases are loaded.
That's a walk to Chris House.
Now it's really a dangerous place for the Cavalry to be, but Perth have got to convert.
Now batting the right fielder, number 20.
So it's all filled up rather.
3 for 5. Tim Kennelly, he's the man that steps up. Not a bad person to have stepping up with loaded bases and none out here in the top of the 10th.
He's done plenty against this Canberra Cavalry side over the years. He's done plenty against plenty of sides over the years, for that matter.
Madison Youngana has loaded bases again. Fires to Kennelly, and that's low, ball 1.
Last time he had loaded bases was in the 9th, and he only had one batter to take care of, and he did. That was Jake Bowie. This time he's got none out and loaded bases.
Youngana comes set at the stretch. Fires. The high breaking pitch doesn't break enough and misses, ball 2.
Massey is on the edge of the infield dirt at first. Kingham is on the edge of the outfield dirt at second. Francoso's on the edge of the outfield dirt at third. And Warner is adjacent to third base, if you're wondering where the infielders are.
And that's inside, ball 3. The corners are in.
Will Perth get a go-ahead run here?
The middle infielder at double play depth. Here we go. 3-0 is the count to Tim Kennelly. Youngana has to put something in the middle here. Here he comes. And that is a called strike. Kennelly tried to fool home plate umpire Ben Nash by starting to walk up the line. And he went, no, buddy.
Yeah, gave the good glare at the umpire on the way back, but that's all part of the gamesmanship. 3-1.
Tim Kennelly, 3 for 5 tonight. 3-1 the count. And Youngana off the end of the bat. That will score 1. Francoso charging. He fires over to first and gets the out. But Kennelly with the, it sounded like a broken bat.
Sure did.
He has scored the go-ahead run in Alex Hall on the fielder's choice. So Perth, who jumped out of the blocks early and led 5-1, score their 6th run of the game to lead 6-5 on a base runner that they didn't even get on. It's because of a tiebreaker.
We've seen more often than not that getting one home out of the international tiebreaker rules is not enough. You need more.
Clare, well, he steps in and he hits it straight off. It's off the glove of Coleman Warner. Both runners will score. Perth are going to put up a 3 spot very quickly. Youngana fires over to first, so we'll just recap this. Chris Clare has hit it. It has come off the edge of the glove of Cam Warner and trickled out into shallow left field. It has been scored a hit, but it's hit the edge of Cam Warner's glove, trickled out into left field. Both runners, Jess Williams at third and Chris House at second, they have scored. And then Clare has ended up at first because as the throws come home. And that's the end of Madison Youngana. Youngana's fielded it behind Robbie Perkins and trying to fire over to first to get Clare, but missed out. So Perth have now put on 3 runs. And they now lead this game in the top of the 10th, 8-5.
Well, I said I'd seen him warming up earlier, doing some little stretches. He's done a lot this season. He's racked up 7 wins, the first Cavalry pitcher to achieve that mark in the Australian Baseball League.
Steve Kent.
And unless I'm very much mistaken, that is Steve Kent out there on the mound.
Well, we asked earlier, and we were given the message that he might, if needed, get the call to be ready to go.
May come in out of the pen, and they've gone to him as 6th pitcher. So Youngana, those runs will count against him, but not as earned runs.
Well, the first 2 won't. The last one will.
The last one will, yeah, true.
It was scored as a hit.
Kent comes in with 1 out and just the 1 on, and that is Chris Clare, the runner at first.
Clare is the runner at first, but Perth have done what they needed to do. You said literally right before that pitch, Chris Coleman, 1 run would not be enough.
More often than not, it isn't in the international tiebreaker rules we play here.
But now,
3 on the other hand. Well, then again, we've seen a couple of crazy games in the international tiebreaker rules as well, where we've seen games, a couple of games this season where there's been half a dozen or more runs scored. So let's not say this is done just yet.
Oh, no, but I wasn't saying that at all. But Pete Cosma, he's the man that steps in against Steve Kent. As you said, Kent, well, 7-1. He would have taken the loss earlier today because he left the game with a 2-0 lead.
Too true.
But he's in this game now. Top of the 10th. Misses on that one, ball 1.
Well, regardless of what happens with him on the mound here, if he's still on the mound at the end of this inning and Canberra come back and win it, he'll pick up his 8th win.
Very true.
Most bizarre circumstances for it. Also suggests to me there's not much left in the bullpen for Canberra for this evening, and you've got to wonder what that means for tomorrow.
Do I know? And at the same time, what it means for Canberra potentially looking at heading in a wildcard game on Wednesday. Kent to Pete Cosma. That's low, 3-0.
Well, if you're going to miss, you want to miss low. And Kent has missed on all 3 pitches low and not by much.
Double play ball in though. Chris Clare, he's the runner at first for Perth. And there it is. Called strike 1. 3-1. 1 out. Perth have done some damage though. They've scored 3 here in the top of the 10th. They lead 8-5. There's another one from Kent. Count is full. 3-2. To Pete Cosma. Steve Kent checks Clare at first. He fires. Cosma, base hit into left field.
Geez, you can hear the absolute lack of desire for that outcome from the crowd, can't you?
Now batting the shortstop, number 12, Tristan Gray.
Could hear the pin drop.
Crucial at bat here for the outcome of this game, you would imagine. Tristan Gray struck out his last 2 plate appearances, his 6th time up tonight with a walk, ground into a double play and a single to right field.
He's the left-handed Gray versus the left-handed Kent. Claire the runner at second, Cosma at first, and that's right in there for strike 1. As Chris Coleman said, Steve Kent, the 6th pitcher used in this game. He comes set. And there's that beautiful breaking pitch. Beautiful curveball. Starts it at the left-handed Gray. Breaks across him, being lefty on lefty. 0-2. Kent pitching from the stretch, head at the belt. Fouled back.
Ooh, that sounded very glassy when that one landed. Count still 0-2.
They spent a lot of money refurbishing this ballpark, Chris. I don't think they want to be having dents and damages and holes in windows this early.
I don't think it was that kind of glass.
Oh, okay. 0-2 the count on Gray. Kent set. Along the ground to Kingham at second. He feeds it over to Francoso, over to Massey at first. Inning-ending double play. Great work there. But the damage for Perth has been done. They score 3 in their half of the 10th, which is now making it 8-5 as we head to the bottom of the 10th. But once again, Canberra will have the same opportunity. And I tell you what, if you wanted 2 blokes on base, Cole Perkins will be the runner at second. Cam Warner will be the runner at first. And the captain.
Robbie Perkins comes in to set things up.
Perkins, Francoso, Candless.
So we're still tied up here in extras. Going into the bottom of the 10th.
Well, not tied.
Well, we're not tied up now. 8-5. We were tied up, took us into extras, and then into extras, I suppose you could say. So 3 runs, Perth get in the top half.
And that's how, and so that's what we mean. So Canberra plays, it's now the tiebreaker. Unless there are any changes, Cole Perkins will be the runner at second for Canberra.
Okay, now we've got a change there. So that would be Kennelly. Sam Kennelly has come in at first. So he's replaced Jess Williams, who was the pinch runner previously.
Yes.
Can I tell you, one thing that these extra innings international rules do is make a great mess of your scorebook.
Yes, they do. Well, there it is. Warner is heading to...
Warner will be at first.
Yeah, no, and there's Perkins. I was just wondering if there was going to be something shifty here. 8-5 in favour of the Heat. They scored 3 in their half of the tiebreaker, but Canberra start with 2 runners on. Robbie Perkins, he is the man in the box. He came in the 6th innings for Ayagi. He's had 2 at-bats, and he struck out in both of them. Cookter delivers. Outside, ball 1. So, barring double plays or anything like that, it'll be Robbie Perkins, Francoso, David Candless here in the bottom half of the 10th. Cookter set. And that's in there for a called strike 1.
Started a little low and away on the first pitch, brought it just up and in a tiny bit, gets the bottom outside corner. Takes the count to 1-1.
1-1. Cookter delivers, and that has gone outside and in the dirt. Very well blocked by the catcher, Chris House.
He's had a great game tonight. He really has done a tremendous amount of work behind the dish.
The only thing wasn't even his fault. The wild pitch in the last inning that bounced in the dirt and he couldn't get his glove up and it came off his helmet. 2-1 the count to Robbie Perkins. Perkins fouls it back. Sam Kennelly looks at it for about half a minute and then just goes, nope. Next one. Count is 2-2. 2-2. None out. Your inherited runners under tie-break rules. Kyle Perkins is the runner at second. Cam Warner is the man at first. 2-2. Cookta. Perkins fouls it back.
That was coming straight to us.
Oh. I'm not that good as a slip fielder having to go to my left.
Very hard with a big net between you and the ball as well.
And a wall.
And a wall.
But I still would have done it. 2-2. Bottom of the 10th here at MIT Ballpark. Cookta checks the runners. Perkins has hit that. That's straight at the third baseman, Glenn Denning. Glenn Denning over to Cosma. Cosma over to Sam Kennelly, and that is a double play.
It's advanced one run up. Kyle Perkins around to third. But Perth have done the smart thing. They've taken care of Warner. They've taken care of Perkins. Don't worry about the lead runner. Get the two easier outs. And that brings up Francoso.
Here's the thing, Francoso. He is 2 for 3. He has a double, a home run, and 2 walks. But he's not going to be able to, even if he hits, they've still got to keep hitting Canberra.
Even if he puts it into the Dare Ice Coffee sign or into the MIT Ballpark scoreboard.
Question, is that in play still this season?
Yeah, that's still in play. Hasn't been hit.
1-0. High and outside to Francoso, 2-0.
One went over the top of it last night.
Oh. Just for the people listening who don't know, there is a giant iced coffee bottle on a light pole here in left centre, as that is right there for strike one.
And Krause hit the ball straight over the top of it last night, and a fan here won a year's supply of iced coffee. A bottle of iced coffee a day for a year.
And even though it went over the top?
Yeah, it's just going to go over straight over the, if it goes straight over the top of it.
Okay, so 2-1. And that's lane side, 3-1. So 2 out here for the Cavalry. Kyle Perkins is the runner at third.
We've talked about David Candelas getting into more and more form.
As you come. Francoso has popped it up.
May not matter.
Glenn Denning is chasing it around from third. He's right next to the fence and he takes it. This game is over. Perth win 8-5.
Well, what an almighty game. What an almighty day of baseball. And thank you for bearing with us through some technical difficulties.
Some.
But thank you very much for your company. We're going to wrap it up fairly quickly here because we have to be back here in 12 hours and 5 minutes for more baseball. So Perth winning this one, I think that does them massive favours in terms of where they are seated in the postseason. It means that Canberra, I don't think Canberra can do anything else other than finish 5th now, but we'll have all those combinations and all sorts of other details for you tomorrow. We'll be back via Canberra Cavalry Facebook page or via the Canberra Cavalry Baseball Club YouTube feed. Thank you very much for your company wherever you've been listening to us today around the country or around the world. Warwick, Pethybridge, well called tonight, my friend.
Thank you very much, Chris, and thank you for giving me the opportunity.
And we will do it all again tomorrow for the final Canberra Cavalry and Perth Heat game of the regular season. On behalf of everyone at the ABL, the Perth Heat and the Canberra Cavalry, my co-commentator Warwick Pethybridge, this is Chris Coleman signing off from MIT Ballpark, where the Perth Heat have defeated the Canberra Cavalry in extra innings, 8-5.